What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Goin Solo. This episode is about the vocals. I just wanted to shoot an impromptu episode, just kind of get right down to business here. I'm in the front closet of my house. This is where I record all the vocals for the album, all the other songs that I do. Let me show you around. Just a little coat closet here. I've got the computer set up. I've got a cover suspended across the top for some sound insulation. Got the microphone set up here, and I'm going to stand in the middle and sing some vocals. So the reason I choose this space is I want something that sounds totally dead. I have coats all over the place. I have this cover above. It's a small room. I want it to sound intimate and muffled. As you can see it, if I get in very close, it sounds like I'm talking directly into your ear. That's because there's no echo, there's no reverberations in here. I can add them all in the computer later. I can make this room sound like pretty much anything I want at a later date. For instance, I can make it sound like I'm in a small but echoey room, a slightly larger room. Actually, that's a pretty big room. Or a large outdoor cavern. I can do all that later. So this room sounds perfect the way it is right now. So, lead, background, and harmony vocals for this episode and this song. We'll be honest, no formal training, no informal training, no YouTube videos really. From the years of 2006 to 2020, I had an hour or more drive to work each way every day, and that was my vocal training. Those years and hours in the car lent themselves to many, many songs sung with the radio, entire albums sung with the radio, and over that time, I think I developed a pretty good ear for this, and I hope the vocals sound pretty good on these things that I release. The dilemma I run into with the songwriting is that I like to write songs that are outside of the range of my voice. Every time I write a song, it just sounds perfect in my head in the key that it's in, but my voice has a hard time duplicating it, usually too high. I write songs that are too high for my voice. I can squeak them out here in the studio, but the problem is, and I think this is an effect of not having any of that vocal training, they are too high and tire my voice out if I have to sing them live. If I had to perform that album I just released live, I'd be done by the third or fourth song. But we're working on that. We're trying to get better with it. So today, we're going to record the lead vocal first, and we'll go from there. The lyrics have been tweaked into their final versions as well.
Another day, another phone will ring, say they can't hold on. And all those years I've done nothing to ease the sting, said I can't go on. With each call, these four walls are getting closer by the minute. Can't please them all when your heart is never in it. Can't live your best years inside a prison cell. Just 'cause some choose to be shackled doesn't mean you must as well. All I know.
Now it's time for the harmony vocals, and this is where multi-track recording really shines for someone in my position, because now I can go back and add as many different tracks and as many different voices as I need to complete the texture that I'm going for. This is done professionally, all the time. If you've listened to Queen, for instance, Freddie Mercury was one of the first people to go insane with this. Some of those Queen anthems, the most famous songs they have, you're listening to 12 or more Freddies sometimes at once, along with the other band members harmonizing at the same time. They made themselves sound like an entire chorus of people. I approach this as writing for just another instrument of the song, but instead of playing those chords on an instrument, I'm playing them with my voice, one note at a time on each track. So I'll create a low harmony, a middle harmony, a high harmony, a very high harmony sometimes if I need to, whatever it takes to get the vocal texture that I'm going after.
We'll step aside, passing through the great divide, 'cause we won't stand by. Sometimes you must stand and be the one to change the tide. Spread your wings and fly. We'll step aside, passing through the great divide, 'cause we won't stand by. Sometimes you must stand and be the one to change the tide. Spread your wings and fly. We'll step aside, passing through the great divide, 'cause we won't stand by. Sometimes you must stand and be the one to change the tide. Spread your wings and fly.
Now that a single vocal line has been recorded, I'm going to go back and thicken up a part of that using a method called double tracking. I'm going to open up a second track and try to sing the exact same part in an identical fashion over top of the first one. Now, a human being cannot sing the exact same way on something twice, but you can get so close that the casual ear cannot pick out the fact that there are two tracks playing at once. It just sounds more pronounced, it grabs more attention, and it differentiates that part from other parts of the song, and it's a nice effect to use. We're going to do that right now.
We'll step aside, passing through the great divide, 'cause we won't stand by. Sometimes you must stand and be the one to change the tide. Spread your wings and fly. We'll step aside, passing through the great divide, 'cause we won't stand by. Sometimes you must stand and be the one to change the tide. Spread your wings and fly. With each mile all the trials growing more.
All right, the vocals are recorded. This project's really starting to pick up steam. There aren't that many more things to do before we start finalizing this. So be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time on Goin Solo.